Alright, friendos, good morning, good afternoon, good whatever it is you want. Hi. How we doing? That's too high. Hi. It is very much Sunday, which means it is also very much Sunny Day. Which also means it's time to do some gaming. I hope y'all are looking forward to it because I think we are very close to wrapping up our game today. Not today, then really damn soon, right? I'm looking forward to the end. Yeah. Hi. There we go. And also some game audio on. Yup. Go. All right. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the end in so much that like I'm enjoying my time with this game. And I'm also just looking forward to the next game. It is the spooky month, so I have some ideas on what to play during those during the month. Probably I have some spooky some spooky, what's the word? Dungeon crawlers that I want to get into.
Mission complete.
Other side quest. Yet to and it. Alright. Let's see. Championship merits, so that means that there is smithing I can do.
Welcome.
Thanks for the head pats. How you doing? Yeah, it feels early. Yeah. I mean, we woke up sort of late, I suppose. Which I am totally okay with.
You can expect
Forge weapon.
only the best.
I picked up a new character, this light character who is a friend of Ghosts. It's really cute. I haven't played with her yet though. I don't even know if I'll get the chance to play with new characters because I have no idea where the game is gonna go from here and if there is anything if there is a lot of content to really dig into still, but I guess we'll find out today. And I did grind a little bit, upgraded some weapons, that kind of stuff. So I think I'm like good to go.
What do we have here? Oh, and you folks got your friend back.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
As always, let me know if the audio is funky. I think it should be good. It didn't change all that much.
Must have been tough out there, huh, little lady?
Yes, it was.
Sothba, do not frighten the poor child.
Huh? Who's being scary? I'm on my best behavior here.
Good so far. All right, awesome.
It pleases me to see that everyone is in good health. I came to lend my support the moment I caught wind of Avia's assault on Seed Hollow.
Speaking of allies, I don't see Roland with you. Where'd he go?
Well, about that.
He needs our help.
Your eyes tell me more than words can convey. It must have been a horrific affair.
Maybe we can do something for him, though. You in, Histy?
Most certainly.
Histy.
I am off to make arrangements at once.
Don't call her Histy,
All
man.
right. Call it intuition, or an overactive gut. But an epic storm's brewing in this here skydom. Don't know how to explain it, but the air's buzzing with emotion.
Insinuating that the epic storm is a fart.
Stuff like joy, anxiety, sadness, anger. You can tell when it's coming to a head. I haven't felt this spooked since the Dolly Island disaster 15 years ago.
Regions. You drew. Ass bust merchant catastrophe.
My point is, you folks ought to haul it back to your own skydom.
What?
Not
You can't say that
gonna
at a time
happen.
like this.
Look, my sources tell me you hail from Fanta Grande. You've got a fine ship that can cross the Grim Basin. No need to play hero here.
Sorry. Turbulent zone is fin. Pestilent, vaporous, powerful monsters. Shattering.
It's not like that. We can't just leave everyone when we know it's coming.
Like our ship up.
Lilith is going to use something called the
Gotta get
Pillar
wrecked in
of
the
Lightning
process,
to
as
destroy the
usual,
sky.
but like, we can do
Just
it.
let her do it? And what about Roland?
Let me be the voice of reason here. You saved your princess. Mission accomplished. So what do knights do after rescuing the damsel? They make sure she stays safe. You're an excellent captain, so I don't need to spell out your next move for you, do I?
We're not done yet.
We're gonna save Roland.
I'm glad you're looking out for the man. But did you hear a single word I said?
Nope.
Come on. All I'm saying is don't push your luck. Ah, who am I kidding? We both know I can't talk you out of this. But Zega Grande is our home. At least let us keep our pride. Be seeing you around then.
You want to keep your pride?
Quick
Help
with
me.
the long faces. We can handle this.
Your pride is sitting on your ass doing nothing, then I don't know what your pride is worth, buddy.
Grande, but
Roland made it abundantly clear that Angramanyu is more than Zega Grande's problem. That power can and will consume the skies.
exactly. So what I wanted to say was, we got you, Lyria. Just take a look at my butt. Is that the face of somebody fixing to run away? Oh, no, it isn't.
Cute.
Ah, welcome back. Grand Cypher's good to go. Are you ready to leave?
Yes, I am.
Let's fly.
The air currents have become unstable. Keep your wits about you.
So, are we really doing this? What's the plan?
Bud. Just look at
We're
my
going to
bud
rescue
here.
Roland.
Buddy.
Right on! Mission numero uno!
So I think Vern
He's
is a
the reason we were able to save Lyria. Now it's our turn to repay the favor.
And I gotta thank him for taking such good care of the Grand Cipher.
I'm with you there. But this ain't gonna be a walk in the park, you know?
Huh, bring it on. There's no turning back anyway.
Hang tight, Fix-It Dude. We're a coming
Dude.
for ya. Let's give it everything we've got.
Please, just once in this game, call the man by. Just once. Pretty sure he deserves it.
A more fearless smartest crew there never was.
Let us wish them well.
They're the perfect folks to defy primeval gods. I'm kinda glad it's them and not me.
And so our debt to them grows heavier once more.
Well, enough yammering. We got our own work to do.
Damn, look at that sky.
Got a second?
Don't mind if I do. Catalina.
Alrighty. Hey, this is Roland's. Must have dropped it during all that hubbub at the castle. Be
Hubbub.
sure you return it to him whenever he gets back.
Bit
eh?
above. He wrote about me in his journal? You're reading this and I guess something happened. Lilith is anything short of plan will out its sacrifice. Only one. So with that out of the way, I'd like to. Truth is, I couldn't go against the man at the. I needed my own peace. And I saw G combat. I cut out a bit. It's probably because I'm muttering a little bit. It's the noise gate that's probably cutting me out. I'll project my voice a little bit more. I also know you'd carry on the fight against Lilith should I fall. Your crew's devotion to each other is no evil that can sever your. That's clear to me now more than ever. Wrong to keep you in. 600 years ago, I promised to protect all Sky. Meeting you and your crew, it further proved I was right to Sky. Traveling with everyone over these past days remind me like on. It's been an honor adventuring. Thank you. Sincerely, Roland, Ilka's Mr. Fig.
Wind's running
Depart.
wild today, but it's nothing the Grand Cypher can't handle.
We finally have Lyria back, but there's not even time to celebrate. Lilith is so close to her goal.
I could
She's become blind
try.
to everything else. I doubt
Why,
there's
was it still
anything that can
happening?
Stop her now. It might sound melodramatic, but this is fate. Our crew versus Lilith. So there's only one thing left to do. Fly to the Pillar of Vioi and end this.
Keeps making a bit of a plopping sound when it picks you back up. Alrighty. How do I forget. Yeah, this should. I think we'll see. There's also noise around me, so maybe the plopping sound is some sort of artifact from that. The printer is done though, so that's good.
The sky's a shocking shade of despair. Guess we got Lilith and Angra Mainyu to thank for that.
That pillar scares me more. Lilith called it the bridge to the astral realm, right?
Only Angra Mainyu can open the gate. That pillar must be like an altar for the rites.
Look at the very top. It's the light the gate
Echo
came from.
chamber of diluted
We have to go
research.
investigate. Stupid Lilith, going around building creepy pillars in our
Is that where
sky.
all the conspiracy theorists are hanging out? In the echo chamber of diluted research? Because honestly, that sounds correct.
What hole did this weirdo crawl out of?
It's part of Angra Mainyu.
Okay, so it's creepy and hostile. At least it'll be a good warm-up before the final match.
Oh jeez. You spooked me.
Reinforcements!
Do I even
Those
smack
little
this?
ones
No, I
also
don't.
Part of Angra Mainyu?
Yes, but these actually have physical shape. I think our attack will work.
Wait, wormhole? Wormhole!
We did go through that rift, right? It looks like we're still in the same place, but everything's all hazy.
The monster from before. Is it just me, or does it appear solid now?
I bet it's because we went through that funky portal. I knew
Funky
it was a good
portal.
idea.
Funky portal.
Fight harder!
Not so tough now, are ya?
I don't think we'll make it very far in this haze.
Well, now that those spooky portal monsters are gone, what say we get a move on?
I can't believe they were residing in a different dimension. It must have something to do with Angra Mainyu's powers as gatekeeper. I'm as shaken as you are, but at least we have a strategy now.
Pretty cool.
How many spare parts does Angra Mainyu have?
You all know the drill now. Wait for the mini minus to pop up, then blast them.
Heads up, crew. We got spooky company.
Calm down, Rackham. They seem like normal monsters.
Rag 'em.
They must have been summoned here by Angra Mainyu. What do you think?
Ominous form.
Do.
Nice.
Great! Fighting shadow people in a shadow world. Really not where I wanted to be right now.
I don't think mortals were ever meant to step foot in this realm. Let's try to stay by the portal.
Finally! I hope we never have to do that again.
Jeez. Shadow portal. Shadow people. What's next?
Shadows.
Knick-knack, Jack, got your back. Look, I just got some rare stuff.
Very neat.
Take care of yourselves, okay? Wait, I think I sense a primal beast. Or at least something that feels like a primal beast.
And this presence isn't Angra Mainyu?
No, it's... Huh? But that's impossible.
Lyria, we're hopping between dimensions at the drop of a hat. Nothing's impossible.
Fair. Hang on. Just a little bit better to see. Hurricane Nihila.
I thought we took care of you back at Tempeel! We did. I absorbed Hurricane, I know it. But this primal feels exactly the same. This Hurricane looks even grumpier than the old one. Ready for a storm? I can't hear a voice. It's like this Hurricane doesn't have any thoughts at all. There isn't a heart or mind. Just a
No
shell.
thoughts, only
It feels
fury.
a lot like those shadow people. Just bigger.
And way more bloodthirsty. The old Hurricane was a fart compared to this Tempest.
This wind's about to pull me over. Hey, phony kid, if you're not angry, what are you howling for?
Concentrating power. Watch out!
Decimate!
Oh shit.
Little present for ya. Hot enough for ya?
Oops.
You want more?
Right on time! Miserable
Get out! Get away from Furican! Now!
Uh-oh.
There's no guarding against this one. Get ready to dodge for your lives.
Over is the vitality. Bless us with life. Heed my call. Hurricane!
Oh shit. Ah, id. There we go.
We'll talk later. Revenge comes first.
You saved my life.
Talk later.
I don't trust your hero act. After Furican's dusted, I'm gonna make you spill your evil master plan.
Oh, great! A magical girl transformation. I forgot Hurricane could do that.
Its attack will become even more lethal. We can't afford
Pretty
any
sure
slip
we
up.
said the exact same thing last time.
Damn wind! Can't move an inch!
Just hold on. They have to let up eventually.
Hurricane's fools are gonna land the Mud Harbor now. Try not to get hit.
Now the party begins. Well, milady, shall we dance?
Oh shit.
Go here and there. Come on, hang in there. Miss me. Don't let him push you around.
Woo. Uh-oh.
What do you think? Feel our thorns!
That's on its feet already? Decimate! You feel this?
Sucks to be you!
Teach them some manners. What do you think?
Just a scratch.
Can't keep up.
When else am I supposed to hit him? Oh boy.
This is not how you treat a lady! Everyone, make a break for it!
Hurricane can't keep this up forever. Dig your heels in and wait it out.
Oh shit.
Poor thing.
Anyone coming? No? Never mind.
Time to rest.
I'll res myself. Thank you.
My hero.
Spiral ray.
One last push.
Oh.
Yikes! You okay?
Wait for me. Stand proud.
Thanks, I'm all good.
Boy, the ripper.
Feel it in my horn.
We about ready to end this? This Puff's on his last leg.
Man.
Naughty children.
Hell yeah. What are we doing? Okay. Oh, whoops.
Is anyone hurt?
I feel like 1,000,000 rupees. But, what are we gonna do about him?
Kid, wait! You want to stop Lilith too, don't you? After all the time I spent with you, I know how much you care for her. But even if you love her, after what she's done, we have to stop her.
My mother, or Lilith, I should say, intends to sacrifice the future of this world. I know I can't let her get away with that. But I can no longer feign innocence. This has gone on long enough.
Wanna come with us then?
Found it.
You wanna stop her, and so do we. Choices don't get any easier than that. How about it? We could use ya.
Why? Considering the scale of violence I inflicted on your crew.
Well, in the end, you did help us. A past enemy is a future friend. That's what they say.
All right. I'll join you in the
Sounds
fight
like
against
they went to
Lilith.
the Ichiban Kasuga School of Friendship.
Let's stop.
Right there. Is joined as a temporary member. Well, I mean, he is. Oh, yeah. Cool.
Following you.
Instead of. She's. In.
Looks like we're up. Welcome to the winning team, Ed.
Yeah,
You're not much of a people person, are you?
sorry.
What I could do with rating here. Let's see. Everyone in this game is made to be toppled over. What do you mean?
This is amazing. Wow.
I didn't.
Oh my.
She can't.
Nice.
Okay.
Great.
Ah.
I think I'm getting better. Do you see it too, Gigi?
Okay. Let's go.
Hey, Id. Lilith's your mom, right? I know you'll get the job done. Let's do it! Working on your weapons?
Sell? Is there sell? Yes, there.
Wanna strengthen your weapons? Oh, that's my hammer. Awesome! Let's do it!
Level it up with. Side you.
Well,
Up her power level. Then, it was adopted. Sense.
Beppo, my whip isn't a toy.
We're not related by blood, but I owe her my life.
If you want to turn back, no one will blame you.
I've made my choice.
You might say that now, but when she's right
Don't
there in
mind
front of you,
you.
it's gonna be tough.
I'd rather face her myself than have her suffer at someone else's hands.
As family, you must feel responsible for her crimes. Very well. We'll respect your wishes. There's something I wanted to ask you about. Last time we crossed swords, you transformed.
Oh yeah, what was that? You ask me, I thought you looked like a giant lizard.
Well, you're wrong. That was a manifestation of the dragon power sleeping within me. Lilith trained me when I was young. Taught me how to control them.
Darn.
I thought I'd be saving the world with them, but
You will be, kid. That's the whole reason you joined us on this crazy mission, right?
Ed?
what is it?
I wanted to thank you for protecting me while I was imprisoned by
They have
the
a lot
Church
to
of
say to
Alpha.
it, don't they?
Thanking me.
That's the
I was the one who captured you.
Yes, that's true. But you also helped bring me back to my friends. If you'd left
Oh
me
my
with
god,
Lilith,
that.
who knows what would have happened to me?
Never mind.
Yeah.
You go.
I guess.
Nope.
What you hiding? Not bad. Let's see. Great!
I think I'm having deja vu.
Id, those monsters share a body and powers with Angra Mainyu. Defeat the small ones first.
Pretty sure he knows. Oh.
Place. Let's not stick around here long.
Goodbye now.
Come, Crimson Thorn!
Can't keep up. What
What
do you
happens if I
think?
go to a wormhole? And...
You have my aid.
Nice follow through. Yes.
Oh, you can still
very
fight.
well
Focused.
Crimson Thorn!
I needed that.
Hmm?
Here the water's gone.
What do you think?
Oh, well, nope, that's the wrong button. Oop.
Come, Crimson Thorn!
I'm fucking up.
Even the sweetest rose.
What do you think? Refreshing, isn't it?
Just how many of these shadows are there?
Too many.
Finally. Adios, losers. I get it now. The Pyrrhic a shadow, made from our memory of the real thing.
So not only was it a counterfeit primal, it never truly existed at all. Correct?
Yes. I think it's because time and space is so unstable here. Reality is getting all mixed up.
But who ever heard of a shadow?
Y'all talk too much. Trying to get through the game here. I'm not stopping.
Pretending to be the Wolf of Latanya.
It's even tougher than the real manic armor. Be careful. Looks like God Breath is as fast as ever. There's nothing but rely on its power. Tempest Blade! Ah!
Do forgive me. Bury them.
Down with the boot fest!
It's the purple icicles. They explode upon impact. Steer clear of the blast.
Hey, the hell is this? Some kind of mating dance?
Is everyone all right? It's got us pinned down. We have to do something.
Yeah, I know, but what?
Damn.
I recognize that spear.
What the fuck? Oh, hell yeah.
Hunting without the silver wolf.
Nappa's back, baby.
What are you doing here?
Heard you got some big prey lined up. Well, I got you on my wall for a few more trophies.
A cheetah!
I'm not talking about mounting arms.
Hope not. Much rather have Galanza as an ally than a foe.
No autographs till after the fight.
Yeah. Thanks to help. But hard pass on the autograph. We can't let the lawns out.
Rude, yo. Just rude. Oh, 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 oh. Help, help, help. Oh.
Get cruising and give it a bruising!
Even the sweetest. What do you think? The rose is shot. It's back up.
Hey, Galanza. I appreciate it.
Sentiment. I hate it. I'm just here for the thrill.
Of course.
Careful! It's charging for an attack!
Oxyturna.
What the? I get ready. Does this mean the party's finally getting started?
You're a weirdo, Galanza, and I appreciate it.
You need treatment.
Uh-oh. Oh shit.
I'm coming. Hang on.
Oh, he's down.
Poor dear.
Time for feedback. Oh yeah. Well done.
Full bloom.
Let me hear your battle howl. Damn, I think Alonzo's got this on his own.
I wonder if we get Galanza in our party.
We're up.
Right away.
I'm just getting started.
I think it would be poetic justice if I finish this game with all the
Let's keep it up.
former enemies in my party.
Well done.
That'd be pretty cool. Just get Id, Galanza, and the God, what's her name again? The little lady.
Go back to whence we came.
Another visitor. Stay a while. Stay forever.
Suni P. Hart.
Wish I had your kind of energy. You should really follow.
Clicky! Ooh, thank you for the resub. I don't think it's Nappa's VA, but like he really sounds like it.
Smell of fresh blood in the snow. Time for the kill.
Today's weather forecast. Deadly weather.
It sounds like Team 4 Stars Nappa specifically. But it's probably not him. That is the best Nappa, yes. How you be, Flicky? Hope you're doing well.
Attacking is for puppies. Attacking is for wolves.
Now I know where his violence is.
What do you think? So discretion's the name of the game, then.
Oh.
Let's go and strike hard and strike fast.
Nah, we just kill him. On your guard. Come on. There we go. Man, we're making good time here. I forget how many I think it was 10 chapters? Was it 12? We're really close. Regardless. That was a real
Go
cool
on
beast.
ahead. Let me catch my breath.
Wait, you're gonna sleep here?
We owe you, Alonzo.
Chop him up.
Good stuff. Nice.
Heals down. One buff from. Okay. Or cast a circle. Kind of
Yeah, I think I get it.
deal with either of that, honestly. I just smack and smack.
Ready for action.
Whack 'em and smack 'em, boys. Look at their ghosties. Isn't that cool? Up a cat. Two little floating little guys.
Id, I've always wondered. When you were part of the church, why did you go to such lengths to protect Lyria?
I was only following orders. At least at first. Lyria was the key to bringing salvation.
But then you learned all Lilith wanted to save was herself. Lyria was no more than a means to an end. Once she had made Lyria absorb enough primals, Lilith meant to free Angraminyu and sacrifice all who opposed her.
I gave myself to Mother's cause.
Maybe we
I
could use
trained
this.
and trained to protect her vision of salvation. When I learned it was all a lie, my life was devoid of meaning. There was nothing I wanted to fight for anymore. Except
God, it's
Lyria.
fucking edgelord.
Now I'm protecting her because it's the first thing my heart's ever told me to do.
Yeah, sure, buddy.
I know you'll get the job done.
This silence is unnatural.
So edgy. Watch out, everyone. You're gonna cut yourself.
For the love of... What is it this time?
Looks like weird icky stuff is coming.
And
to
look at these
swallow us.
I
colors.
don't like the look of that. Who knows what'll happen
Fuck,
if we
that
touch
looks
it.
cool.
Sense something. It's the primal beast from Fondom.
Please tell me that's a bad joke. We don't have any real estate to fight on.
No free real estate? Oh no, hey. I was busy picking up items. What the fuck?
What is it this time?
How dare you?
Like weird icky stuff is coming to swallow us.
Yeah, I don't like the look of that. Who knows what'll happen if we touch it?
Sense something. It's the primal beast from Fondom.
Didn't
Please tell me
realize
that's a
that it was
bad
actually
joke.
coming up
We don't
that
have
fast.
any real estate to fight on.
No! We've reached a dead end!
Wow. Yeah, it kind of does, doesn't it? I like purple. Purple's good. Are you gonna join us now?
Oh crud! Oh crud! That was close. You're welcome, by the way.
Magliel.
Huh? Aren't you?
Vernus.
But I suppose etiquette can wait. First, a dance!
Fuck, Magliel is so cool, though. We really stopped at the right time last week, because, Jesus, it has just been big boy after big boy.
What made you decide to switch teams? Not that I don't appreciate the help, but I've had my fill of bloodlusting carnivores.
I never! Would you kindly refrain from comparing me to General Galanza? I am
No.
here as a matter of pride. If word got out that the vanquishers of my dear fellowship suffocated in a fog, I'd never hear the end of it.
I hope you're
Ah, yes, you're only helping to save face. Okay. Well, I do like me some big boys. I mean, same.
I wasn't in a position to admire your swordplay before. Let me say now, your skill with magic blades is unparalleled.
That's quite flattering, especially because you've only seen the opening act. The sword face allied itself with Avia to bring salvation to the sky. Now at last we can rise to the occasion.
It is really tricky to get a beat on him.
Never enough! Come on! It's on!
Right away.
Thanks.
Anything for a member of the crew.
I beg your pardon!
What do you think?
I beg your pardon.
For mercy!
It's over!
Looks like the tempo's about to pick up.
Fight harder.
I think I almost broke that part.
Get away from the snake!
Going for our foothold. Other than the miniature strike, I don't suppose any of you can
Ow,
fight.
hey. Stop it. Rude.
No time to...
Poor thing.
Miss me?
Oh, shit. Damn it. Fucked it up again.
We're with you. Does it hurt? Thanks.
Tough. Oh. Achievements.
What do you think?
Oh, my. It's been a while since you've called me by that name. Have you by any chance grown soft?
I could ask
You.
the same.
Yeah, we did
And
that.
here I can go all day long.
Miss me? Nice try.
Achievement jump scare. Yeah, it was loud, wasn't it?
Please, you need to heal.
Jeez, man.
I'm coming!
Hey, Id. Can I help a lady out here? And of course, he can't resurrect me during this cutscene.
Fireball! I forgot about the fireball!
Don't put out that fire, we're toast.
Guys,
Literally. See where the
Guys.
mana's flowing from? Aim for those
help.
parts.
Help.
The bag was
Please.
easy. Don't burn your toes. Don't worry about
Ah, there we go. Noise. Also, what I really appreciate, I think I've said this before, but what I really appreciate about the, like the markers on the floor where the explosions are gonna be, is that they are built in with a timer, right? Like there's this ring that expands, and if it's fully expanded, that's when the attack drops. I think that's really cool. You don't have to look at cast bars like you would in an MMO. You could just like look at the marker and see like, oh shit, it's almost going down.
Now the stage is set for our grand finale.
This is not good for my blood pressure.
Oh, oh, oh.
Finally, stop flailing. Now get in there.
Oh. Come on, Ed.
They won't escape.
And Fairy can go. Oh, same in Wayfinder? Nice. AR MSQ for the fourth time? Nice. I haven't been playing a lot of 14 lately. But I'm really looking forward to patch 7.1. I am fully planning to live in the Final Fantasy XI raid. Also, Awen, you might find this interesting. They are adding NPC support to the non-essential dungeons. So like the dungeons that aren't part of the storyline, they're now adding NPC support to that as well. There is even less reliance on actual players. Mid-November. Yeah, I know. But I don't like that I have to wait on that for so long, but oh well. I think I'm gonna be leveling my original 1.0 character soon. That's the character that I want to continue playing as. But she is behind a ways. Stopped playing her around Shadowbringers. Restarted. Soon yes. And like she is on a different data center, but like with the data center travel, you can just bring her over whenever like she's needed, right? So that's nice. And I still want to get my my other character a house and some submarines, so I can like make money with her while I adventure with my 1.0 character. Join you in the early game. I mean, I can help you whenever. I'm not like that. Suni isn't exactly in the early game anymore. Alaya, however, still kind of is. I think Alaya is in Heavensward still, if I'm not mistaken.
Stand proud. You're the best.
The biggest thing that like kind of you know, prevents me from playing is that like some people have no problem with this, I know, but like I'm kind of like, yeah, it's already. And
Make no mistake, Skyfarers. This was merely a matter of honor. Do not disgrace yourselves by thanking me.
can be disgraced.
And so, I bid you adieu.
Fine, be like that. I don't care. My party though.
believe we're still breathing. If Magliel hadn't come, we'd probably be s'mores by now.
It's too soon to celebrate. Come on.
It's literally. Anyway. Speaking of s'mores, the other day I was scrolling on YouTube and I saw something incredibly sinful and problematic.
Ceiling's got
if you have an air fryer and you have a bag of marshmallows and a bar of chocolate, you could combine those things in an air fryer and create yourself a little diabetes slushy. Apparently. It's just toasted marshmallows covered in chocolate.
Is that the gate to the astral realm?
Dip that with a cookie and
strange, isn't it? Gateways are usually
basically very much in trouble.
Not this one. Like Roland said, if that door opens, then the skies will fall.
We won't let it open. Yep, we'll beat Lilith, grab Roland, then skedaddle out of here.
Sounds like a plan.
That was Angra Mainyu. Roland's just straight up powering him.
Had you only seen things my way, this pitiful fate could have been avoided. Why must you insist on quarreling with your own?
Ah, yeah, that's right.
It's unfathomable.
That's a bummer. But I mean, on the other hand, be glad, because that is just like sugar upon sugar upon sugar. Not good for you.
Impeccable timing as always, I see. Can you feel the grip of imminent salvation? I invite you and your other half to watch. And is this betrayal? Where did I go wrong?
Let me count the ways, Lilith.
Open that gate. We won't let you do it. This is our home.
Summoning Bahamut again.
More to us than you'll ever know. Blowing up the world to help yourself? Just how selfish can you be?
Did he grow? Oh, we made a mistake there, huh? Oops.
Once I reach Estalucia, I shall guide this world to utopia. Why would anyone reject my heartfelt invitation? How I pity you poor, misguided creatures.
Yeah, like we give a crap about anything you say. Your messed up utopia is built on sacrifice. No way we're letting that fly.
Options fail me. I can no longer sway your hearts or minds. As a parting gift, may you all find solace in death's warm embrace.
Heads up, you big dumb bully! It's only called salvation when you're actually saving people!
Please, don't disappoint me any further.
You can still redeem yourself. Eradicate these nuisances and come back tomorrow.
Please listen to me.
I think you've lost sight of the big picture. What's a few skydivers when compared to all of eternity?
I can just absorb Angra Mainyu.
I'm afraid that's impossible. Angra Mainyu is completely under my command.
Took down one of its dirty paws!
can't read. Never mind.
Oh, it seems I'm so short on power. Astraeus, be a dear, won't you?
Damn! Hang in there, Roland. We're gonna save you.
Struggle. The sooner you accept death's embrace, the sooner you can be at peace.
Mother, please.
That health bar is melting.
Salvation. It's destruction.
Remind you's getting weaker. You're almost there.
You non-believers! For your hubris, taste now retribution!
Maybe I've spoken too soon.
Death would be a mercy to you.
Melting like chocolate. Stop it. Help.
Focusing its power.
Help.
You have to find some way to stop it.
Thank you.
Ready for action.
Marshmallows are an underrated snack. I mean, the marshmallows that we have here, they are pretty much marshmallows, but they're not exactly the same thing. My dad and I are absolute fiends for them. It's like, we can never have one. It's like, we can have one, but by one, we mean one fistful. We could get stuff for it today so we can eat it during movie night tonight. But you guys, what we are watching True Lies, the original, because I think there's a remake, but we're watching True Lies. I don't think Awen has ever seen it, or if he has, then like we've forgotten about it. But it's a fun movie, so I'm looking forward to watching it again. It's been a while for me. We also do have actual marshmallow. Yeah, we do. My speckies though. But yeah, we get a fistful of those, and by fistful I do mean like we clench that fist, crush whatever we grab so we can have more. True Lies is a banger, yeah. That's at least that's how I remember it. Man, I didn't even get the last hit on him. Damn it. Oh well. Oh, they do. Hey, I mean, I'm streaming, so why don't you get off your booty?
Where do you minuscule sky dwellers find such power?
Just graham crackers, marshmallows, and like, I don't know, milk chocolate? Or like oh, he used like caramel sea salt chocolate, which sounds like a fantastic fucking.
For a fraction of my soul, I'll buy all your death.
I was thinking we'd go get him after your.
Her power's flowing into Angra Mainyu. She's attempting a fusion. Is she
Fully
that
depends on
desperate
when
to
I'm
live
done
on,
streaming, but
even
yeah,
if
I
it
guess
means
so.
she'll
Yeah,
stop
we
being
can
an
do that.
astral?
Oh, great gatekeeper, Angra Mainyu, I beseech you, bequeath your power unto me. Take this vessel, I am yours.
Maybe some popcorn, and then be like, "Oh, oops! I dropped all the popcorn in the marshmallow. Oh no! Accidentally." Oh shit! If this is not the final boss, then I don't know. Then I don't know what this game is gonna do afterwards. Oh shit! Oh no!
You really went to extraordinary lengths to save me. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart. There's much more I want to say. It will have to wait. Angra Mainyu has grown too powerful.
I don't understand. Why are you so invested in our skies?
There's so many of them!
Don't let the pressure get to you. Just focus on beating them one at a time.
You can lead the pack any day. Yeah!
Just keep coming.
How are we supposed to get to Angra Mainyu now?
I think I can buy us some time. I need everyone to gather round.
I love it when other people make the plans. Find your way to rolling, everyone.
I love it when I don't have to think for myself. Let's go. Damn, that's creepy.
Stop! You mustn't give up hope!
Wait, is that... It's Excavalian's cannon.
Did you miss me?
What the... Sothba?
The cavalry is here.
We thought you might need your ship, unless you plan on walking home.
Hadn't thought that far ahead, huh?
Quite a raucous affair we have here. Let's calm it down before it gets more out of hand.
Look at how you've united the sky. It's time for us to join as one. The world rests in our hands.
Man, this is so cool. Now this is anime.
What fun is a death match if my opponents are already dead?
This is the moment of truth. Do not falter.
Fuck, she's cool. She is so fucking rad.
Whatsoever you decide, we will follow your lead.
Each shot costs us $1 million. Okay, so what? Those folks are betting their lives out there. So shut your yaps and keep firing!
Everyone's here.
Our bonds are stronger than ever. We shall prevail.
We shall
Show her
prevail.
what's up, Captain. Us Sky Dwellers are taking a stand.
Yeah.
Do forgive me.
Here for you. There's a whole lot.
Damn, this shit's epic.
Ready, Captain?
No sweat.
Oh, love it.
We're all here for you. Let's win this together. Right behind you. This madness has gone on for long enough.
Anything for
Oh,
you.
that was fairy.
Yes. Enough of this madness.
The skies are counting on us.
thought optional characters didn't talk all that much during the... Maybe it's because I had her on me. Oh.
You know what the best kind of fight
Oh,
is?
jeez.
The kind that never ends!
I swear on the Sword Veil Fellowship, you will not get past me!
They're holding back the Shadow Army. Now's our chance to get Lilith.
That should do it. Hey, look at my own one.
Isn't it beautiful, Lilith? This is the power of emotion. The undying light of the heart. This is where our research should have led. To the strength Sky Dwellers derive from love. Love of home, friends, and of family. Somewhere along the way, you turned
Yes, the power of friendship in anime.
window into the darker emotions of the mortal mind. You preyed on fear and desperation, making empty promises, aggrandizing yourself until the people worshipped you as a god. You took advantage of their faith and raised armies that overran the Zega Grande Skydom. Think back on all the violence you've incited. Does that really look like a path to utopia? Your megalomania is a threat, no matter where you are. I will never let you return to Estalucia!
This fight is finished! Choke on this! Tempest Blade! Rosetta!
Fix it! I'll stop you in your tracks!
Oh, that was a 4 burst, but never mind. Man, games like this are just, like, feel good. Really appreciate it.
I see through you!
You get blighted and you're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't stand here, but then you kind of have to fight it. That's fine.
Thank you!
Oh no. Hey, come on. You need some time to dodge now. Oh, fuck. Jeez.
Well done.
Link time, good. Perfect.
Care to join me?
Understood!
That was good timing, I think.
Who's with me? No escape!
Excellent.
Let us sally forth!
Sure thing. Let's go,
You
guys.
lead the way. What do you think?
Oof. There we go again.
Are you kidding me? Those giant hands are back!
Yeah, along with those lugs from before. Let's just hope the shadows don't turn up again.
Destroy the new arrivals! We can't afford any distractions!
Distractions? It's the understatement of the century. Stab laser beams.
Hey, we scrapped the first sucker.
That's not enough! The other one's still charging!
Where's the other one then? Hello?
Full bloom.
Where is it?
I'll stop you in your tracks!
Refreshing, isn't it?
Watch
go.
You have my aid.
I knew you could do it.
Pleasure working with you.
I adore you.
No!
Oh no, be careful. I'm coming. Come on.
Oh, it's them.
These worlds
There you go. Oh, that's good. That's good. Keep going.
Ready for action?
Keep it up.
Okay, no. Do we need to go through a wormhole? Is there a wormhole? No, there isn't, is there? Not right now, no. Alright.
That's hubris speaking. No one person can determine right or wrong.
Okay, she's coming into our world.
Beat 'em black and blue. Fight is finished.
They won't get far.
Miserable fist. Get 'em. Tempest.
Well, she definitely has the religious zealot role down pat.
No one will believe your lies. Not anymore.
Well, maybe Spiky.
What do you think?
To the front. I'll follow the lead.
Well done.
Whoa.
Hang in there.
Wormhole. You must fill the void within. Go to therapy.
Miss me. Miss me. You're freaking out.
You take the lead.
We can handle them.
Stay alert, everyone. Understood.
Haven't had your fill of astral swordsmanship.
Miserable.
You take
Charge
the
through
lead.
me.
Why yes?
Evil religious zealots will do anything but go to therapy.
Can't be better.
Into my trap.
Even the sweetest rose. Come, Crimson, come and get it.
You care nothing for others. So why do you expect that they should care for you? The faith you've created is a monster. It offers nothing but empty promises, while devouring the hearts of your followers to feed your insatiable egotism.
Whatever it was about to do, I think we stopped it.
Music to my ears. Blast away.
You love me.
Holy shit.
I'll stop you in your tracks.
So many orbs. Ah!
Well done. Come and get it. Attack! Take this!
I'll do it.
I'm on
Lead the way.
We were truly a sight to behold.
Here, here.
It was a pleasure.
Fairy, be a dear.
I love that her faith is like crumbling.
We're trying to sacrifice a world. Is it really worth it?
Damn, tell us how you really feel.
What do you think?
I don't think I needed that. More.
Excellent.
Yeah? Hell yeah.
Rosetta!
Try to run.
Miserable fist.
Come on, Fairy.
Fairy, chew on this. Right down.
Yes!
Watch out!
That's how you finish off a boss.
Shine as one. Time to chaos.
Fuck yeah. Complete chapter 9. Oh yeah, that... thought we were in 8. Oh, I bet 10 isn't up.
It's over now. Please, no more bloodshed.
Unless she has one more trick up her sleeve.
It can't be.
Dropkick.
Mother. Our sins are grave, too great to measure. Don't you see? We were wrong to think of sacrificing this world and its people. It's not too late. I'll accept my fate, so please.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I haven't been truthful with you from the start.
Oh shit? Yeah.
Perhaps it's time we correct my deception. Wings of darkness, spill forth from thy vessel and awaken. Claim thy divine right. The sky is once more yours to sunder and renew. Primeval dragon, child of darkness and flame.
Are you fucking kidding me? Is he summoning Tiamat? This bitch.
Thy name is Bahamut.
Bahamut. Oh shit. That's why he can transform. He's a vessel for Bahamut.
Eat! My handsome little boy! Spread your wings and burn it all to ashes! Ashes as white as your beautiful locks! Free this cycle. You will heed me. Make
This
your
cycle?
mother proud.
How many times did you put the poor boy through this?
Shh. It's okay. Let me be the one to save you. Perhaps I acted in haste. So swiftly you sensed the dimensional distortion. Oh, meddlesome wings. You who defy the stars. You will sleep within this child until I have further need of you. Come, the stars await, and we mustn't keep them. The true beginning stirs.
Wow. He really has no redeeming qualities.
My hands. What am I? Mother. Lyria.
Well, fuck.
And so it begins. The final trial.
Yes! Get fucked!
Go forth. For Utopia.
Oh, Ed.
Boy. Oh, really? Has he? I had no idea.
Id had become a dragon and vanished into the somber skies. His roar, which echoed like a distant peal of thunder, electrified me with sadness.
Can't believe it. I thought if we beat Angramanyu, we'd be free to go on our merry way.
Yeah, kind of same.
No kidding! Why did Id have to go off and become Bahamut?
Right. In which case...
Hey, what are you thinking about, Roland? It's like you've got all your gears whirring.
It's starting to come together now. Especially if she used a mind sealer on him.
The Mind Sealer is what they used to rob Lyria of her free will. What does it have to do with Bahamut?
Everything. Lilith and Bahamut, destruction and rebirth. Everything is linked.
How about giving us the gist?
Essentially, it comes down to why Lilith failed to wake Angramanyu 15 years ago. I heard the Sky Realm's Bahamut appeared after sensing an overwhelming astral presence. Perhaps that was more than rumor.
You call that the gist? I'm even more confused.
Sorry. 15 13 years ago, Lilith summoned Angramanyu. At the same time, Bahamut manifested to face her. But this was not the same Bahamut you all know. Let us call it Bahamut Versa. It sensed the unfathomable power of Angramanyu and consumed it.
Stopping Lilith in her tracks. But now... perhaps, to remove Bahamut from the picture, Lilith trapped the primal inside id, using the Mind Sealer.
Okay, but that doesn't explain why she suddenly freed Versa. Does she want to wreck the skies, or what?
She once told id that she would destroy the world to bring about its rebirth.
Versa is more than capable of forcing reincarnation upon the Sky Realm.
That's a flowery way of saying destroying everything.
In any case,
forcing reincarnation.
If we leave Versa to its own devices, it will be the end of all life as we know it.
You've gotta be kidding! How are we gonna defeat a world crusher? And what's gonna happen to id? You aren't asking us to kill him, are you? Not gonna happen. Thank you. He doesn't deserve death.
Huh. Still got a debt to settle with that punk. Can't let him off so easily.
I'm not killing you, I'm forcing your reincarnation.
No, it's still in there.
Even Bahamut's got nothing on id.
Exactly. Guy with a stick that far up his butt, even an apocalyptic dragon couldn't push him down.
Even if we can't get through to him, he'll survive a beating. He trounced us, right?
I've been around for a long time, but you Sky Dwellers never cease to surprise me. I never would have dreamed that a single crew could save Tempeal, or pacify Excavalion, or defeat Angramanyu. But you've taught me that it's not longevity or physical strength that's important. It's the power of your heart. You have my complete faith. I believe that nothing in all the world will keep you from saving your friend.
It's settled. We smack Versa like a piñata till it coughs up id. Yeah!
Pretty sky. I like it that there's always small items to. Do I have any side? All right. I will be right back. See you again. Bye. Alrighty, friendos. I did grab myself some sandwiches, so Please do excuse me while I eat. You do not have a full party. Oh, that's right, because it left. Thanks for warning me. Let's see. Back him in. Yodarha? Oh, hell yeah. Yodarha in.
My katana's all sharpened and ready.
But then, if I'm gonna do that, then we should definitely return to town. Work on Yodarha's weapons and kind of stuff, because I do. That's a little bit behind, isn't it? Quests are available. Where's the map?
What you hiding? Not bad.
There isn't any. Well, unless you're. I have, yeah. Side.
Welcome. Tempering your weapons?
Probably save in a separate slot, just I don't like.
Leave it to me. That went well.
Silly work being stupid. Alright. Thanks, Flicky. Thanks for dropping by. Really appreciate it. Have a good time at work. Hope it'll kindly.
What you in the market for? Look, I just got some rare stuff.
It's way too many.
What's the thing? Pretty spiffy, huh?
Long. Jeez. Oof. Good luck with that. That is. Hmm.
Good luck out there.
Love you too, buddy.
I'm all ears. Can I take a look? Which weapon shall I strengthen? Let me show you what my master has taught me. Always strive to be stronger.
Pretty sure I can find
Thanks for coming.
trade.
Need something? Let's see.
There we go.
Will you take this one? Be on your way.
Join me? Let's go all out next time, shall we?
You got it!
That was easy enough.
It's over already? Boy, you're on a roll. What's great?
Chieftain's Braid. Good.
Not bad.
Some stuff.
I'm all ear. Tempering your weapons? Always strive to be strong.
Not enough. God damn it.
Please,
Sell?
show me. Which weapon shall I strengthen? I'll unlock the power. Perfect. Leave it to me.
God damn it.
Come again.
Feel it for yourself. You'll be wondering why haven't I Come on, people, don't miss
Kind of.
Need something? Which will it be? Here are the details.
Oh no. Oh. You know.
So long. Come on, people, don't miss this.
For a minute.
Yes.
Good.
All right, let's go.
This world is precious. I mean, even the god of destruction can't bear to lose it. Our bodies might be mortal, but our hearts are infinite. Though he's in a dark place right now, I hope Id doesn't lose sight of that. But even if he does, I'll open his eyes again. This crew, will never abandon someone we care about. The sunrise spills over the Grand Cipher as we rush on the winds, chasing the sorrowful cries of a faraway dragon.
Let me help you.
Me too.
Thanks for the support. I won't waste it! All is perfect. And yet...
Uh-oh. Don't look at me like that.
It seems the binding is only half effective. Captain, the rest is up to you. You must save it.
She knows. Just realized that I didn't save.
Are you okay?
Bertha won't be able to stray far from the sigil while it's still in effect. I'll maintain
YOLO.
this for
Yeah,
as long
exactly.
as possible, but we're in a race against time. Hold nothing back.
Okay, this is the last fight. You better fight till you drop or it's a goner.
Come, Crimson Thorn!
Atomic Versa represents both creation and destruction. Its aubergine wings drive the evolution of all beings. Life gives way to death, and death begins life. Our attempts to intervene with this process may have far-reaching consequences, but I want to believe in the limitless potential of Sky Dwellers. I want to believe you can rewrite even the laws of reality.
Thank you. It's hurting really bad. Sad and empty. We haven't known each other for too long, but I can feel it. We wouldn't want things to end like this. We just have to save him. I won't let you down.
Jeez.
Who cares if you're stuck inside Bahamut? I'll bust you out myself if I have to. That was great, everyone.
I wish they could have saved it!
Miserable mess.
You were betrayed by the woman who raised you, and made into a dragon's vessel for 15 years. And yet
Oh shit.
a mere mortal, survived. If I should fail to rescue you, I don't think I shall ever forgive myself for the rest of my long, long life. In the past, I had merely existed. It wasn't until you Sky Dwellers let me into your hearts
Me
that
next.
I learned what it was to live. Unlike immortals, you are capable of change and growth.
Oh no.
All I want is to be a part of that. To help you build a glowing future. As an astral, I am also to blame for the failures of my people. And I swear to you now, I will set things right again.
I don't like to admit it, but gods are a little beyond our skill level. We need more firepower.
I think you mean dragon power. Lyria, do you feel up to summoning Bahamut?
Okay, just give me some time. Ready for action?
Time to
I want to free look.
can't people.
That is the light of the apocalypse. The fire of doomsday. Its power is transcendent. If the attack lands, all the skies will be obliterated.
Please, stop this! We know you don't want this yet, so hurry and wake up! Now remember! Miserable fist!
We're not gonna make it. Nope. We're not gonna make it. Oh, straight up. Oh, that's a DPS check. Okay, cool. Turn to town. I'll be right back. Right, fuck. Guess we're level. To be fair, Cheetah is the only one who is level 50. We gave it a shot. Let's see.
Thank you so much.
3. Do I even... The word I'm looking for... Element. I have any idea what the element Comet is weak to but all these other ones. Huh. Huh. Well, I guess there isn't that much to do then. Getting specific. Specific element.
Not bad. Oh, yes. Oh.
Attack. No. Seems this looks like a difficult character to play. Suppose some damage cutting. then. But then.
Hello. This one? Will you take this one? We're counting on you.
Water. I'm leveling up. I don't want to take Catalina with me. She's quite a lower level. Not amazing in terms. Might as well focus on these four. Andy boy.
Let's go all out next time, shall we?
You got it.
Oh! Got sniped. Ouch. Wasn't sure if he was immediately gonna spew his lava there. Wanted to stay away there for a second, but instead I'm just losing uptime, which sucks. Not that I care about killing him in 3 minutes, because that is not happening.
Very well.
What do you think?
I'll just stay here. Oh, hey. My dude, relax.
won't get far.
Sullen Throne! Join as one! Gale Burst!
That was good damage, though. Come on, baby. There we go. Dispelled. Nice. Where can I hit him? Here he goes again. There we go.
That was awesome. You were awesome.
They're within 6 minutes. Nice. Didn't expect that to work.
Let's see.
That's what we got there. Good shit.
We kicked butt.
Yeah, we did. Oh. There we go. Card. I mean, fine. Let us check the crewmates.
In the mark, not everyone gets to see the good. Which crew member would you like to call?
Might get 35, 35. Well, everyone's in their 30s now, so that's already in the 3,000. Or were they already? No, they were already.
I'm all ears. Which weapon shall I strengthen? Leave it to me.
Yes, but
Leave it to me.
not enough for.
What do you have on you?
Celery. Oh.
Temper in your weapons? Leave it to me. It's a great success.
That's something.
Thanks for coming.
Oh, you know what I could do to boost them up real quick? Is to do their Fate episodes.
Need something?
That's what I should do. Because that gets some stats.
During our stay in Seed Hollow, a certain request made its way into our hands. We were to inspect sightings of a mysterious young girl near the Seed Hollow castle.
You don't think she's a ghost, do you?
I put a hand on Lyria's shoulder to comfort her, and asked the client for more details. According to reports, the young girl appeared to be looking for something. Workers helping with the castle's restoration effort would attempt to approach her, but she would vanish before they could get close. Each sighting would spook another handful of builders, until there weren't enough hands to complete repairs. By all accounts, it seemed to be a ghost. Of course, I couldn't admit that to Lyria. It was not uncommon for spirits to take refuge in ancient ruins or castles, and play tricks on any unfortunate souls passing by. They were almost never malicious, even friendly sometimes. However, we couldn't take our chances. I just wished we had more information to work with. There was something familiar about this story. I just couldn't quite put my finger on it.
Oh, I can't any for. Wow, that's shit. This little dude is.
Once upon a time, in a land far away, there was a lone swordsman famed for his two-sword style. He became a legend after fighting over 10,000 battles, and the mere sound of his name struck fear into the hearts of his enemies.
We've heard this story a million times already, Grandpa.
Ne'er-do-wells were said to scramble away like spiders fleeing the light.
Well, you'll hear it again.
Prospective fighters began to seek out the swordsman, and thus he gained quite the following of disciples. Amongst them, some were so strong they could crush warships with a single strike. One could do worse when choosing students of the martial arts. So the master abandoned the battlefield for the mountains, where he could train his beloved disciples in peace. There was one disciple who quickly stood leagues above the rest. It took her only a matter of days to master the most complicated techniques. She grew at an astonishing rate into one of the most powerful fighters the master had ever seen. But more impressive than her wits or her aptitude was the strength of her conviction.
And that, kids, is how I met your mother.
Begged for harder training, and the master was willing to reward her passion with the very depths of his knowledge. And that's why... Oh, skies help me. That's why when the master found out his top disciple had betrayed him, he was filled with anguish. She went rogue, forcing some of the other disciples to do her bidding. Eventually, the master caught up with her, and they fought a deadly battle. When the dust settled, the top disciple's sword arm hung limp and unusable.
Sword
it was
arm,
a
huh?
bittersweet victory, as the Master knew what must come next. He readied his blade, preparing to release her to the afterlife. But he couldn't force himself to make the cut. Not after all he had poured into this girl. Not after failing her so. Thus, he laid down his weapon and promised to live his remaining days in penance and regret. Oh, how our good intentions cloud even the most prescient vision. Having thrown away his name, his blade, and his path, he set out back into the world. But this time, swearing no one would suffer from his tutelage again.
I like this dude already.
Time passed, and the swordsman found himself atop a different mountain, where he learned he had a knack for fishing. Suited him just fine. Bass for breakfast, salmon for supper, and naps in between. Yep, it suited him just fine. It was the quiet, healing life of a hermit. Sometimes, when he needed supplies, he would go down to the village and train the locals in a little sword work. That made his coin purse jingle again. But this peace wasn't to last for the swordsman. He discovered his top disciple was back to her wicked ways, and, sword in hand, he vowed to conclude her story for good. This was his true purpose for traveling with the crew. Though the young captain never suspected the little Harvan fisherman was harboring such a dark secret. The former disciple's latest victim had been a simple man from a remote mountain area, cut down, somehow without the use of her sword. A real shame that. One more innocent life lost before its time. The swordsman asked the crew to make haste to the village. When he saw the murdered man's corpse, such was the carnage that he could barely keep from averting his eyes. It was his weakness, his cowardice, that cost this poor man's life. But this time, instead of wallowing in pity, he would don his white uniform of old and atone. He called it his burial garb, and it represented his fearlessness on the battlefield. If he were dressed to meet death face to face, what more could his foes do to intimidate him? Of course, his crewmates tried to reason with him, concerned he might throw his life away to make up for the wrongdoing of another. But the Swordmaster was determined. He had vowed to stop his former disciple, whatever risk that entailed. So, when finally the moment of reckoning had come, the Master gripped his blade, ready to strike down his favored pupil. Before he could do the deed, however, his resolve crumbled. His emotions were too strong, dulling his senses and causing him to lose the match. The Master's former youngest disciple, with his two newest pupils watching from the sidelines, rushed to aid him. Ironically, it was the youngest disciple who struck down the fiend in place of the Master. The swordsman was lost in grief, but his newfound champion told him this was for the best. After all, such an old life deserved the rest of its days to be spent in peace.
He doesn't look too happy about
After
that.
joining up with the crew, I've had some helter-skelter days, let me tell you. So when we arrived in Zega Grande, I knew I needed to get myself some fishing done. Reset the old noggin, found a nice quiet pond, and dropped my line. Bless me taters. Must have been hours past with
Dude
no
can
bite.
talk. I mean, yeah, he's old, so like he has stories, right?
Rod and check if the bait was still hardy. But there weren't no baits, no hook, and no fish. Only a lonely little bobber remained on the line. Right, well, what about me traps? I was halfway through the search when I realized, blast, I left them in the lodge. What a day, what a day. it was too late in the noon to go back for him, and I had other business to attend to, like getting back to the pond and staring out at the clear water. In that moment of stillness, the fishies swam out of their hiding spots. There were big ones and little ones, and the whole school of them reminded me of my teaching days. Each of my disciples was unique in their own right. Had me some slow learners and some fast ones, some goody two-shoes and some real punks. I learned me some good lessons from those kids. My top student, Grace, never wavered in her particular sense of justice, and her commitment to her training was ironclad. What a waste. Range, my youngest pupil, lost his way for decades after leaving my tutelage, but he ended up killing Grace in my stead. He was selfless, thinking only of his master.
Oh, that was her. Okay.
They say the master extracts potential from the student, but I fear I've ruined more young lives than I've helped. Makes a fisherman wonder how they all would have turned out had he just kept well enough to himself. I turned Grace into a monster. Not a day goes by I don't regret honing her skills. Unfortunately, she had the gift and the gumption to go far, and I exhausted all my knowledge on her. If only I had focused more on the why of my teachings rather than the what. Huh? I swore I felt a nibble at my rod, but when I pulled it up, there was nothing to be found. That's when I remembered I still hadn't hooked or baited the line. That was odd. I was getting antsy. Maybe it was because I forgot the traps, but I couldn't relax just sitting there anymore. I decided to pack up and head back into town. You see, the mind is like a creek. You want to keep it healthy, you gotta keep the waters from stagnating. But sharing them too much, and you risk losing all your fish. I decided to head to Sierra's shack and replace some fishing gear, hopefully restoring my brain pond in the process. But just as I was dipping my toes into the placid waters of the lures and baits, I heard a rustle from behind, and to my surprise, they were my crewmates, picking up a package. Said they were bored at the inn, and asked if they could come fishing with me. Youngsters so bored they wanted to go fishing? First time for everything, huh? While I was hammering out the finer points of fly casting with the captain, Sierra Carte piped up. Said she'd come across a pretty tasty rumor.
Yep, apparently there's a legendary fisherman in the skydom that people have started calling the Fisher God.
I'd heard rumors like this one before, and they always stank like fish guts. Catching 10 fish with one cast, netting a whole consortium of crabs. By yourself? Gah! If I had a fin for every story like this, I'd be a pretty scary sea monster by now. Then again, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't intrigued. There's a scale of truth to every story, so there must be a reason they call this person the Fisher God. Guess you might say my interest was piqued, because if this fella were half as good as me, he'd make a mighty fine rival. And maybe that's just what I needed.
I'll play as him. Don't worry.
After some consideration, I decided I would test my mettle against this so-called Fisher God. The captain, Lyria, and Varen wanted to help out too. I asked around town where I might find such a rival, but he proved to be as mythical as his title suggested. Rumor had it that he appeared at ponds, peaks, and valleys. The others garnered about the same information, which only further piqued my interest. No matter who we asked, we could not catch the proverbial tail of the Fisher God. All we learned was that he was skilled, able to catch 10 fish with one cast, yada yada, and any new species he caught would be named after him, meaning there were lots of little demigods swimming around now. With only tales of his escapades to feed us, and no concrete info, we grew weary. You can't sustain a healthy rivalry on rumor after all. We needed to change our approach and re-examine the facts. All of the stories were about places he visited, meaning he'd never been spotted in town. With that in mind, we enlisted Sierra Carte to speed up the investigation. Sure enough, after a few days' time, she gave us a map dotted like it had the chicken pox. There were stamps on ponds and lakes, glaciers and volcanoes, and even a poisonous swamp. All of them locations where he'd been spotted. So the old fart got around, did he? Good to know he had an adventurous streak. After staring at the map for a while, I realized there was one place conspicuously without a stamp. It was the most dangerous island of all, known for the molten lava covering its surface. Going off my hunch, Sierra Carte did a little more digging around, and we learned a man with a fishing rod chartered a ship there a few days ago. The chase was on.
Alright. Take some tail.
Keep up if y'all can. Now, where's this fisher god?
Ah! We're monsters!
That's no good. Did we wake the spirit to this land?
What do you think?
Can't be
Don't
done.
stay.
Time for you to go.
Sky Center!
What do you think?
Anyone? Anyone? No? Never mind then.
Are you really gonna fish in a dangerous place like this?
Of course! We're not dealing with your average angler here. This is a fisher god we're after. Now, he should have left supplies or tracks or something. Keep your eyes peeled for him.
Okay, but we better be careful while
Don't
we
run
fish.
it for me! Hey!
Full bloom. No falling under my watch. Come and get
School?
Sick 'em! It's not over yet.
it. You make a good point.
Hey!
Stay sharp.
Thanks, Pop!
Ah! Don't scare me like that!
The roses shall protect you.
Now, if I were a fisher god, this is probably the bait I'd use. Just a hunch, though. Careful now! Those spirits look angry!
Those are the ones that explode if you beat them too
Over
hard.
here! I don't mind if I do!
You can lead the pack any day.
Yeah, that was great.
Then I'll stick one more!
And Rod, get away.
Just testing you, lad! Ever tried fighting a shadow?
Now's our chance. Let's go. Nice follow
Try to
through.
keep
I
up.
guess so.
Hey!
We've come pretty far. This heat is killing.
Just a matter of time before we're there. Now hop to it. Huh? Looks like somebody came through here, and they were collecting magma worms.
Whoa! I see somebody. Maybe it's the fisher god.
Very well could be. Give him a hello and see what's up.
Hey there. Can we talk a minute? Hey, mister. What the heck are you doing out here?
What's it look like? I'm fishing.
What fish? You might catch a few rocks if anything at all.
We fish, therefore they are. It's the deepest waters what hide the greatest prizes.
The proverb left his lips like a right prophet. This had to be our fisher god.
I still don't get how fish could survive in lava.
And that's your problem.
His answer was cryptic, but it had its own logic. The captain, Lyria, and Vern cocked their heads to the side in confusion. Clear water or molten rock? Cast the rod and catch the fish.
Truer words were never spoken, friend.
Guess I've learned me something over the years. Those unblinking eyes. That unrelenting hunger for the catch. His tools were top-notch. More importantly, however, he had the aura of a man born to hunt the seas. But I didn't.
We're still
come to
talking about a
admire him.
fisherman, right?
May we presume you are the fisher god?
And to what do I owe the accusation?
What do you say to a little fish-off betwixt the two of us?
Ah, now there's a song to my ears. It would be my honor.
And thus, the net was cast.
That is also something I need to look into. Sigils. Really been equipping those, have I?
We fish, therefore they are. It was a profound statement. Hang your line thinking you won't catch anything, and you won't notice even the heftiest bite. Determination was the most essential tool in the old tackle box. But then again, we were sat up next to a lava lake, and I would need more than simple chutzpah to pull a fish out of there. Luckily, I had me secret weapons.
Someone came prepared.
Beautiful, ain't they? I strung a special hook, carved from a flame worm's tooth, to a special line, spun from its mane. Been looking forward to the day I could bust out these bad boys.
Whoa! You're really going to do this?
The captain, Vern, and Lyria were stunned as I cast my rod into the lava.
Just what the heck are you old-timers expecting to catch?
Vern's voice was filled with confusion, but wasn't a moment longer when we made a believer out of him. Oh,
me too!
The fisher god and I started pulling up catch after catch. It seemed like we both brought determination to spare. But the fish living inside the lava weren't no slouches neither. They were covered in armor like scales, and when we pulled them ashore, their flopping sent liquid death flying in every direction. Was kind of funny. So there we were, equally matched, neither side willing to back down. As our piles of molten fish gradually turned to hills, the captain, Lyria, and Vern were dumbstruck. Soon enough, our swordbacks told us it was time for a gentleman's break, and we decided to tally our scores. We counted each fish as we threw them back into the lava. Their physiology meant they couldn't be cooked. Don't want no sulfur in my sushi anyway. But they sprang back alive as soon as they were returned to their familiar warmth.
Should've known you'd be a shark on the rod.
Just trying to keep up. It was a rare thing to meet your match. The smiles on our faces were proof of that. Vern flew up to us.
Do all old dudes fish like that? If you went for broke, I wonder who would come out on top.
The fisher god and I locked eyes. We could feel the sparks flying.
You were in love.
Sounds like the gauntlet's been thrown.
Agreed. We've had enough of a warm-up.
Then you won't mind if we up the ante, huh?
He told us about a few local legendary fish that had eluded capture for years. Reminded me of the noble bonito from good old Fantagron. We agreed the winner would be the first to trap one of them fabled guppies. The prospect sent lightning through me body. The old spark was coming back.
Thank you.
Island, a quiet little place where I lived with my parents and sister. Things were good, except my sister was suffering from a terrible condition. We couldn't treat her on Tremont, so she was forced to travel to another island, all on her own. Back then, skyfaring wasn't nearly the safe bet that it is today, so I wasn't sure
I'm
if
glad
she'd
to
even
hear
make
it.
it there. I loved my sister more than anything. So waving bye to her as she took off toward an unknown future was the hardest thing I'd ever done. I hoped beyond all hope. I hoped till it hurt. That her cure would be swift, and she'd sail back to me with each setting sun. But the days, they grew into months. Sometime after she left, a brutal pandemic spread across Tremont, crippling our population in a matter of days. I was shocked, watching the good people I'd known all my life pass away. But I was horrified when it claimed my parents. And when it came for me, I knew death was waiting at the front door. What can I do? I thought, lungs heavy and weighing me to my bed. What could I do but turn to the skies and pray? Please, if you're listening, I want to hear my family. I want to hear their voices again. My pleas were answered, but not by salvation. No, it was Celeste, the primal beast of death, who descended from the heavens. She stole death from the suffering islanders, preventing them from slipping into the afterlife. They became zombies, sentient and rotting. Unlike the others, my corporeal form faded away, leaving my spirit to haunt the land. This, at least, gave me a faint hope. If I was given an unlife, then perhaps my mother and father would be given the same gift. But the months, they grew into years, and it became clear that though Celeste held dominion over death, life was a more complicated matter. It was my wish that had brought unlife to Tremont. I was to blame for turning my hometown into a living cemetery. If the villagers knew what I had done, well, that's why I chose to haunt the manor on the outskirts of town. Alone in those halls, with no one to talk to, I counted the days until I lost track of time. Solitude was better than guilt. Isolation was better than hearing my name used as a curse. But with time, the silence ate away at my name, until even I forgot who I was.
Pretty rough.
It's true that there weren't people around the manor, but I did discover a few ghost animals floating about. They took a liking to me, probably because of our shared ghosthood, and I gave them cute names to show my affection. Beppo, Gigi, Fuji, and Nicola. Before I knew it, my lonesome days became a little less gray, if not less repetitive. I watched so many tomorrows and yesterdays pass me by. I felt as stale and constant as the mists that covered the island. That all changed when the crew came to my manor. They were a cheerful, lively group, but also straightforward and intimidating. It had been so long since I needed to interact with other people. I knew that if I made contact, I would have to acknowledge the real depth of my loneliness. So I ran, and they gave chase. So I ran again, and they followed once more. No matter where I fled, they found me, undeterred by my spectral form or my ghostly pets. Finally, I decided to ask them about their situation. Thanks to the mists, they explained, their airship was grounded on Tremont. Like me, like the other islanders, we were all prisoners of Celeste. So long as she still had a pact with the island, there would be no refuge from her fog. But, by the same token, her powers preserved the unlives of Tremont's people, myself included. If Celeste was brought down, we would fade with her. It troubled me, but I knew it was a necessary course of action. I had only one thing to accomplish before confronting the primal beast of death. I needed to come clean to the islanders. It was time to make amends. Had it not been for the arrival of the captain and the crew, I would never have found the strength to make that decision. I marched straight to the village, took a deep breath, and explained to the people how I doomed everyone. But to my surprise, they looked upon me with sympathy and warmth. With the understanding and support of the islanders, I called Celeste once again. But she didn't appear, and the mist still covered the island. That's how I learned the truth. It wasn't only me who had crossed Celeste's fate with our own.
The other culprit was the doctor who was traveling through our village, back when the pandemic first appeared. He was secretly conducting research to summon Celeste. We hurried to the place where he resided, but when we arrived, we found that his consciousness had already been swallowed by the primal beast of death, and he couldn't cough up any helpful information. Despite the setback, I joined with the crew and the islanders to find and defeat Celeste. The mists parted, and the island returned to its former state. Its residents began to pass into the great beyond, disappearing into light. Before long, everyone I'd known had been lifted into the bright sky, leaving behind only their memories. I closed my eyes and waited for my final moments. But no matter how long I waited, I never began to fade. Left behind. Yet again, I stared out at the village, devoid of residents. I was alone, but I could accept that. At any rate, the nameless ghost was no more, because a strange man gave me an oddly familiar name. So long as I had that name, and my memories with the crew, I could wait decades, maybe even centuries, for my sister to return. I think the captain, however, couldn't bear leaving me to such a hollow fate, and invited me to the crew. But how could I leave the island? I knew that my little sister would come back to me. Even though we were no more than graves and warm thoughts, this is where her family was laid to rest. If she came back and no one was waiting, wouldn't she be sad? That's why I knew I had to stay. But the captain wouldn't hear of it. If I was worried about my sister, I should go look for her. It was a new chance. I had never been off my island. I had never even considered the option, but I knew I could. I just needed to find the courage, and that's how I set out on a journey with the crew. Somewhere, out there in that big blue sky, my sister is waiting for me. One day, I was out shopping in Seed Hollow Central Plaza when I saw a woman with kind eyes sitting on a bench. She was absorbed in her needlepoint. Your embroidery is beautiful.
Oh, aren't you a dear? Thank you.
Her smile was genuine and cozy, just like the blanket she was working on. She told me it was a present for her beloved. I've never seen anyone so outside before. She giggled. Really? I'm hoping some of this cheerful sunlight works its way into the fiber. Her name was Malfira, and she invited me to have a seat beside her. Admittedly, the weather was beautiful, the kind that made you appreciate being alive. Or, well, unalive. There was a long, thin trail of white dividing the sky, the aftermath of an unfortunate cloud that had been pierced by a wayfaring airship. How fragile those clouds. How fragile our journeys. I glanced back at Malfira, who looked to be making diligent progress. A familiar memory crept to mind, of a time when I begged my mother to sew new stuffed animals for me and my sister. The nostalgia was comfortable, welcomed even, but I was brought back to the present when I heard a troubled sigh from beside me.
Okay. Go.
Is something wrong? Such a forlorn expression didn't match Malfira's cheerful disposition.
Oh, sorry to worry you. It's nothing I would bother a stranger over.
Malfira forced a grin and stretched the throw across her lap.
It's just, I had hoped to use warming thread on this little project.
What kind of thread? I didn't even know there were different types of thread. But according to Malfira, there was a type of insect native to Fondom, whose silk was imbued with magic. Items made from this silk were said to retain a comfortable warmth all year round.
If only I could get to Fondom on my own. And then there's the matter of tracking the insect.
Her smile never quavered, but the way her eyebrows stitched together, ever so slightly, covertly signaled her true disappointment. I could do it for you. I know I look young, but I'm a veteran Skyfarer. I put my hands on my hips and puffed out my chest, a posture I hoped would inspire confidence.
Oh, that's sweet. But it was just a silly thought. My fault for having unrealistic expectations, really.
From her tone alone, I could tell the pose did not, in fact, inspire confidence. Later, after a quick discussion with the captain, we decided to head to Fondom anyway. I needed Malfira to finish her blanket. I just didn't understand why yet. Everyone, to the fight! According to Sierra, the insect in question nests atop the local wildlife, but there's a rumor a vicious monster also makes its home here. Stay on your toes. Those look like fire spirits.
We better get them before they get us!
They'll never see it coming.
Good call.
Nice.
Refreshing, isn't it?
Wow, that is impressive reach.
Here we are.
Captain, we're not done here. Got it!
It's so hot! I feel like my sweat is sweating! Why are we going through the trouble again?
Sorry. I just wanted to put a smile on Malfira's face. She looked so, I don't know, forlorn.
But it was your first time meeting her, wasn't it? Who's she to you?
I know it's a weird connection, but her name, it sounded like my sister's. Looks like someone wants to fight. Let's teach them not to butt in.
Don't let up yet.
You got it,
never let a
Momo.
cat slip away.
Without any trouble, would you?
This actually also helps level up the rest, so that's nice.
More wyverns. Momo, you bring up the rear.
Come, Crimson Soul.
How's that? It's go time.
Bury them.
Look at 'em!
Can't keep up.
Those that'll forget.
All of life's a performance, isn't it? What do you
Nope.
think?
Opportunities
You have my aid.
You and those pups got your own language.
Does that mean I'm hard to work with?
No falling under my watch.
It's all right, Nicola. I'll protect you from the mean monsters.
Try to keep up. You can't hit me.
What do you think?
Ready to go. Now, come and get. Get them.
Oh, yeah.
Shall we?
Well done. Gigi.
And that was
Beppo.
some
Easy, boys. You can't play so close to the magma. What if you fall in? I can work with this. We're up. Sit down.
Righto.
We sure taught them a lesson. Yeah.
This crew just can't be beat.
Well, not necessary.
Huh? What's that?
Vern, look out! It's a monster in disguise.
Hmm.
You must be that vicious
Disguising as
monster
what?
we heard about. If you thought you could get a leg up on us, you have another thing coming. Now, get whipped!
You take the lead.
A sight to see.
What can I say?
Yeah,
I'm experienced. Well, it seems we'll have to do this the hard way.
I'll find a safe spot and support from everyone. On me! The pack that plays together, stays together!
There we go.
Nice! Another one in the book.
Now we can find that bug in peace. Here, the top dog's
Oops.
here. Is this what you were looking for? I proudly displayed the hard-won thread to a surprise.
My word. You really are a Skyfarer, aren't you?
She took the spool for a closer look.
Yes, this is the genuine article. I can't accept this for free. Let me see what money I have on me.
From her purse, she pulled a single, unfamiliar coin. I knew from its extravagant design that it wasn't in circulation anywhere near Seed Hollow, but it looked valuable. I refused the gesture. Retrieving the thread was my decision. I wanted to see that blanket finished. A reward was never part of the equation. Malfira's grin bloomed into a full belly laugh. She told me I was a strange girl. Laughing with her, I replied that I had met stranger.
Need something?
We made another pit stop in Seed Hollow, which gave me the chance to check up on Malfira and her progress with the blanket. Lyria and Vern came with me, and their eyes lit up when they saw her intricate embroidery, just like mine did that first sunny day. Though I hadn't known Malfira for very long, I felt a kinship with her, and I liked to watch her determination evolve, most of all, I liked that her kind smile, maternal and comforting, was always able to put me at ease. I'd never met anyone so genuine. In fact, nor had my pets.
Who's a spooky boy? Yes, you are.
Malfira playfully scratched behind Beppo's ears. The mood was light, so I decided to learn a little more about my friend. I noticed you're in the Central Plaza quite often.
More or less. I don't have much else to occupy my time. Not with that silly boy still playing in the sand.
Malfira's partner was a geologist on dispatch in Dali, an extended dispatch, it seemed. Dali was an island of deserts, with bitterly cold nights. To Malfira, a cozy blanket seemed the perfect way to combat the harsh environment.
Us next month, and I'm about to burst with excitement.
Her joy should have been infectious. Try as I might to put on a brave face, my heart sank at her words. The Airbus from Dali? Of course.
There we are.
Have a good day.
The 8 is out of 40.
I'm all ears. Please, show me. Enhancing your sigil. Thanks for coming.
I'll give. Oh, but that also just increases their power level. rhyme or how I'm putting. All right. 37. It's looking good. You know what? I'm just gonna try it again. I am just going to.
While it's still in effect, I'll maintain the spell for as long as
I think I'm doing a lot more damage now.
Hold nothing back.
Okay, this is the last fight. You better fight till you drop or it's a goner. Try to keep up.
No falling under mine. The Hammer Versa represents both creation and destruction. Its aubergine wings drive the evolution of all beings. Life gives way to death, and death begets life. Our attempts to intervene with this process may have far-reaching consequences, but I want to believe in the limitless potential of Sky Dwellers. I want to believe you can rewrite even the laws of reality.
What do you think? It's hurting really bad. Sad and empty. We haven't known each other for too long, but I can feel it. We wouldn't want things to end like this. We just have to save him. Who cares if you're stuck inside Bahamut? I'll quest you out myself if I have to.
Help's on the way!
Miss me?
You were betrayed by the woman who raised you. Made into a dragon's vessel for 15 years. And yet you, a mere mortal, survived. If I should fail to rescue you, I don't think I shall ever forgive myself for the rest of my long, long life. In the past, I had merely existed. It wasn't until you Sky Dwellers let me into your hearts that I learned what it was to live. Unlike immortals, you are capable of change and growth. All I want is to be a part of that. To help you build a glowing future. As an astral, I am also to blame for the failures of my people. And I swear to you now, I will set things right again.
I don't like to admit it, but gods are a little beyond our skill level. We need more firepower.
Yeah, we definitely took him down further than before. Feel fairly confident in this one.
That is the light of the apocalypse.
Possible banning
Fire
for
of doomsday. Its power is transcendent.
suspicious.
If the attack lands, all the skies will be obliterated.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's melting. There we go.
You're holding the charge, but it's already stored up considerable energy.
Fuck yeah.
Quit trying to fry us, dag nabbit!
Everyone, gather around me.
Where is she? There she is.
I'll keep you all safe. I promise.
Fuck yeah. Blarg! Oh, holy shit. That's a fantastic hit.
Not quite. Oh, Berserker! Don't worry about saving Ed.
Unless my eyes deceive me, that id under all this scales, isn't it? He's been tainted by Versa's destructive urges. But it seems his body and soul are still in one piece. And that means there's still hope. If you can sever the spiritual shackles that bind id to Versa, he'll come back.
What an attack! Got him! All of them! Watch out! Ah! Very honest!
And none shall escape the cover of a shroud.
Can't let the world end here. You haven't even had a chance to live your own life yet.
What in the...
No. Versa is trying to take full control of id's body.
Well, we're not gonna let that happen.
Shit.
What do you think?
Go. Yes. Link time, baby. Get fucked. Part 2. Again? Can't attack Bahamut, I don't think, so...
It's not over yet. You've got
Danger lurks around every corner.
Let's keep our guard up. Can't believe I kept up.
Need a breather?
Ready for action?
Come here, damn
Id's mind is growing more and more fractured. You need to bring him back now!
it. Or do I fight first and then? Can you even reach first?
It's go time. After them. Well done.
No, I can't.
Still got it.
Did we do it?
Ooh, that may have been a fatal mistake. This may have been a fatal mistake.
Let you! He's starting to break free from Versa! Just a little more!
Hey, Bud. Why don't we give him a wake-up call? Got it. Ed! Come back to us! Miss me?
Versa still has a hold on id, but Now that he's human again, you have one last chance to wrest him completely free.
I don't know what to believe anymore.
You should at least believe in yourself, Doofus. Think back to when you were fighting to protect the sky. Did that feel like a lie to you? No, because that was what you actually wanted.
I wanted.
Yes. Whenever you feel confused, just follow your heart. It might lead you to scary places. At least you'll know you're being true to yourself.
You have to remember!
I want to be a defender. To all of you. Illyria. To the skies!
Yes.
Giant rift. It must be the gate to Versa's home dimension. Versa is now a manifestation of sheer power, with no vessel to contain it. It won't be able to linger in this world much longer. If you can just weather these next attacks, the day is yours.
Right. If I can get rid of Versa, I finally find closure.
You've got more.
Oh, fuck, I
All
missed.
right, Versa. Let's see how you like the taste of your own medicine. Your power's against you.
Even though there's so much at stake, I feel strangely calm.
We're veteran skyfarers. This ain't our first apocalyptic rodeo, and it won't be our last.
If I had a rupee for every immortal buck we kick, I could probably buy my own island by now.
I don't mean to get mushy, but I'm really proud to be a part of this crew.
I feel the same way. I won't let anything happen to you or our world.
Our journey can't end here. It's not gonna. We're gonna kick some dragon tail and go on sailing to the end of the sky.
They won't get far.
Nah. He's done. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
The truth hurts. All that I've suppressed in the back of my mind. Damn it. I should have realized it sooner. No use running anymore. I am who I am.
Primeval dragon. Child of darkness and flames.
Thy name is...
Hell yeah.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. You've suppressed Versa's core and driven it back to its home dimension.
Everyone safe now?
Thanks for everything.
You can buy me some apples on the way back.
We're still not done.
What? Son of a bitch. Oh shit. This is the game that never ends. Hold on. Welp.
Forgive me.
Kids these days, you two are totally nuts.
Come on, dumbass.
Don't worry. I'll be back soon.
Oh, good. I was so worried. What's the big idea? Don't you ever do that again? How do you think we'd feel if you never came back, huh? I mean, if it wasn't for Fix-It, dude, you'd be...
Whenever this game bathes in like that golden light,
You okay, man?
so good.
Good question. Someplace far away?
Hey, this ain't the time for jokes.
He and Bahamut are trapped on another plane.
Think of it as a sliver between dimensions. Still, considering his transceiver seems to be working.
For now. Sadly, I think my time's almost up. The line's going to get cut earlier than I'd hoped. Thought I'd still be able to open a gate from here. Guess not.
Isn't there anything we can do?
Sure, just stay calm. No need to worry about little old me. I'm Mr. Fix-It, remember? There's no jam I can't get myself out of, you know. I'll make it.
One last thing. So until I get back... It takes a look back there, Matt, if you could check in on the people of Fortnite. I don't want them losing sleep over me to be stuck in this, tricky situation.
Don't go, Fix-It, dude!
Seriously, call him Roland once.
That's where we bumped into Roland when we first arrived in the Sega Grande Skydom.
I have to atone.
Huh?
For Mother's crimes. And mine.
Come on, no need to beat yourself up, kid.
That's right. We couldn't have resolved this without you.
Kid, you saved all of us. In my opinion, Deep down, you knew you were fighting to help the skies. I'm sure of it. So, it's not really about atonement. I know it's been tough recently. But I think the Sky Realm is better than it was before.
Let's visit Folka. Couldn't hurt.
I'm in!
We good?
Oh, wait. Don't let me off so easy. You all deserve an apology.
Come on.
Shut up.
Cut the formality. We already said it was fine, right? You're one of us now. Got me?
Who's ready to set sail?
Setting course for Einstedo Archipelago. Full speed ahead to beautiful Folka.
Of course, I'll never forget everything you've done. Never, ever. And when we find Roland, we'll give him the thanks he deserves.
We've met so many people in the Zeka Grande Skydome. New friends, new allies. We saw a man torn in two by family and betrayal. We were saved by an immortal who found beauty in our changing world. Through loss and adversity, our resolve brought Lyria and I closer than ever before. Yet this story is far from over. A good friend is still out there, waiting for us to come get it. And as for our journey, there's still much to see. To the ends of the skies where the stars reside, someday we will reach Estalucia.
Very cool. I wonder if they're planning any new projects. Because as long as it's in a format like this, or like the fighting game, I am so ready for more Granblue. I looked at the mobile game again. Like, you can play it online, and you can play it in English. Yeah, I mean, it's just like any other mobile game, really. So, it doesn't grab me in the least. Like, these are really interesting characters. The world is interesting. You know, it's definitely up my alley. But it really needs to be in a more interesting format. guess the newest fighting game is a new story chapter as well. That's interesting. Music was done by Nobu Matsu. Didn't realize.
Do you still remember the day we sailed away?
Yeah, I don't think there's something new planned. Seems that Cygames is currently working on a different action RPG that has more in common with Monster Hunter and Dragon's Dogma, but there isn't an official title yet. It's called Project Awakening right now. It was announced in 2018, but they're still working on it, and it's probably because this game itself was also in kind of a development hell, because I think Platinum Games was supposed to develop this game until something fell through, I guess, and Cygames started working on it themselves. But it seems that, like, Project Awakening was... I think, you know, it would make sense if that game was put on the back burner to get this one out. And now they can work on Project Awakening again, but now it's beyond fiscal year 2024. That makes sense. So I guess they would want to get that out first. Yeah, Uematsu. Not everything. And I think he did all the battle themes, which explains the absolute banger battle themes. He still has not lost his... Skip this scene. What? Oh, my control. But yeah, I really enjoyed this game. Played well, characters were interesting, story just kept up a good pace without being breakneck. I'd love to see more in this universe. Maybe I should play the story modes for the fighting games. I also want to I have the new Mana game waiting to be played. That's a game similar to this one. So I want to take a break from this genre and do something else. So what I have next is a game called, what is it, Cryptmaster? Yeah, I think. Let me double check. Crypt Keep. Anyway, so that is a dungeon crawler with an interesting hook. The four characters, yeah, Cryptmaster. The four characters you play have all lost their memory, like are basically entirely blank slates. So even the equipment you find, it needs to be like just a basic sword or a shield or anything. Like it needs to be identified in a way, but I'm leading with the wrong thing here. So the entire game is played like a classic dungeon crawler, but like all the attacks and stuff are done by typing out the commands for it. So, and also when you attack, you need to type out stab, and then, you know, the character who has learned stab will attack the enemy like that. Unless the enemy has a shield that, like a B shield, for example, which means that he'll block attacks that contain the letter B, so stab all of a sudden is out. So that's interesting. So they've lost their memories. Every time you open up a chest, there is you have the Cryptmaster with you, which is kind of a narrator, probably like an unreliable narrator. But he opens up the chest and then he describes the item to you, and you need to give him commands like look at it, touch it, feel it, stuff like that. And then he describes it more, and then in the end you get to decide, you get this guess like what it is he is, what he's seeing. And if you guess wrong, I think you straight up miss the item. So it's really interesting. It's a little bit different. So and it has a very cool, spooky black and white atmosphere. So I think it's very interesting to look at. I'm looking forward. So that's the game that will.
I think we should start by finding Roland's house.
If memory serves, he was living at the church. But why the sudden interest?
The church. Got it.
New customization.
Dang, he didn't even answer you. Guess we still need to work on his people skills.
Well, at least we know where he went.
Yeah.
We should go see what he's thinking.
I'm good from. I don't think. We get more out of this. I'd have to change that. Switch color. Cool. Oh, cute. All right, that's cool. All right. Yep. Yep. We are done for the day, my friends. Oof. We finished the game. Did. Finally did again. I hope you guys are enjoying this Sunday format. Like, I understand that not all of you are, like, able to join me live, and that's all fine. But at least I hope the VODs and everything. You have something to look forward to. You have something to sit down with. That's definitely how I've been enjoying watching streams myself. Pretty much all the time. There's a lot of stuff that I like to watch, which is live, and then when I'm live and I'm looking at something else at the same time, or playing something else at the same time. Never really a way to. I mean, you can rewind a stream. It's not the same. So So that's my preferred way. Good things for you as well. Anyway, I am out for today. Hope you had a fun time, and you Suni. All right.